Okay, we are live again on Saturday. It is 4 o'clock. Well, it's just gone 4 o'clock. We're back for our usual LEGO chat and talk. There's a few things we need to go through today. I wanted to do something a little bit different, and that's what I like to call the news, because I've been following social media, YouTube, and there's a few things that have been standing out to me this week, and I just wanted to go through some of that with you to share my opinions. At the end of the day, my opinions mean nothing. You guys make up your own mind about things, but I thought I'd share my thoughts on a couple of things, and they are, well, I've got three things really I'd like to look at. Firstly, MILS, the LEGO MILS system, which is all over the place. We'll come to that in a second, and for those of you who don't know what MILS is, we'll go through that. The second thing is I want to talk about a new set that's coming out from LEGO. It's causing a bit of a stir on on Instagram mainly, and a couple of other places I've seen. Everyone gets pretty vocal about it, and that's the BTS set that's coming out. So I just want to have a quick look at that and give you my thoughts on it, and just the thoughts of some of the other things I've seen to do with that, which I think are quite funny. And finally, the third thing is a new LEGO set that's coming out again. This is the Horizon Forbidden West set, I believe. I want to give you my thoughts and impressions, because sometimes they can be controversial, let's say. So let's jump straight into that news. And like I say, as I go through this, give me your thoughts, because I'm really interested to see what everyone's got to say. So yeah, let me just jump over to that. There we go. So the first thing I want to start with really is MILS. MILS, okay? You can see it here. This is what MILS is, and this is what it looks like. My opinion is probably not going to fit most people's opinions on this, but my opinion is I am so sick of seeing this. To me, what it looks like is a great way to waste a lot of bricks. Basically, you're taking a base plate and you're putting a load of stuff on top of it to make another base plate. Why? Okay. I get it from a certain point of view. If you've got a huge layout that you take to exhibitions and you have to take it apart constantly and you have to deconstruct it to pack it away, fine. These things here make a lot of sense. You can easily dismantle and put away. But for the average LEGO builder, who's probably not got a huge layout, or they're not taking up a whole room with their LEGO layout. You know, it might just be a few base plates here and there. You know, like mine's tiny in comparison with a lot of other people. But even those that have huge LEGO sets, LEGO layouts, why would you want to double up on base plates? Basically, what you're doing, for anyone who doesn't know what MILS is, it stands for Modular Interlocking Landscaping System. And what it is a bit like modular buildings. And I don't know if anyone's ever built a LEGO modular building, what it is a standard size. It's a base plate that's a standard size. And what happens is, if you've ever built a modular building, you'll notice on the side there's some holes. All right, and they fit little Technic pins in those. And they're there to interlock with other buildings, to connect them together so they don't drift apart, you don't get gaps, and to make sure things are perfectly aligned. Now, people have taken this to the next step, and they've started to do modular landscaping to raise everything up. So what you're basically doing is you're taking a base plate, just a normal base plate, and then you are raising it up by 1-2 bricks maybe, and then you're putting another base plate over the top with some landscape on it, and then you're going to interlock it with some more base plates. I get the point of, yes, well, we can have valleys. If we do this system, you know, we can build it up and have a little valley. Yep, that's fine, you can do that. But you can do that with a regular base plate as well. You can build it up and have a valley in the middle there. And then if you want to connect it to another base plate, you just get a tiny 2x4 plate or tile, and then you put it over the top and connect it together. This MILS system, again, seems to me, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, I might be missing something here, but it seems like a great way to waste a lot of bricks, basically. You're stacking it up, and what I've seen a lot of people do is they're basically taking the new LEGO road sets, but these newer ones don't really connect very well with existing modular buildings, and I'm guessing that's where the MILS system is coming in, basically. And people are going, well, the new roads don't fit. So what we'll do is we'll take an existing base plate. We're going to buy one of those, which incidentally aren't cheap, You know, you're looking at, last time I looked, probably between £5 and £7, £8 maybe for a single base plate. So basically you're taking one of those and then you're taking a load of bricks, put it on top, and then on top of that you're putting some roads that you can buy from Lego. Now those roads themselves, again, I had a quick look at those, and again, you can pick up a set of the new road system, which is basically, you can get a T-junction maybe, and last time I looked on Amazon, they were going for between £15 and £20 for one of those. So you're going to take one of those, put it on top of an already £10 base plate, so now you've got a £20 base plate with a raised road system on it. I don't see the point. I'd love to hear what everyone else thinks of these things, but I'm not saying they haven't got the place. I'm not hating on them. And people want to use them, great. If you find them really useful, fantastic. Like I say, I can see the use for huge layouts that have to constantly be taken apart and stacked away, and things like that. But again, somebody else had a comment on this and I read it. I can't remember where I read it, whether it was on YouTube or whether Instagram, but somebody said, yeah, these are great. So you connect, let's say 9 of these modular systems together, click, 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 make a nice group of 9. How do you get the middle one out if you want to move it? You've got to take all of the rest away before you can get to it. And that's where my problem kind of comes in as well. If you want to move things around, you've got to disconnect everything else first to be able to move the damn thing. If you're just using a standard base plate and putting it up against another standard base plate, you're probably only holding it in place with a couple of tiles just to keep it in place. I know that's what I do on mine. I just have a couple of tiles overlapping onto the next base plate just to connect it, hold it together, make sure there's no gaps in between. And if I want to move anything, I just lift that little tile and lift the whole thing out. I don't have to disconnect pins and Technic stuff here and there. So yeah, that's my thought on that. Like I say, I'm not hating on them. Well, I am a little bit, but people are using them, great. Show me what you're using them for. But one of my point is, I am so sick of seeing this all over YouTube. People going, oh, how to make MILS. Oh yeah, you get a base plate and you put other base plates on top of it. How efficient are these? How to make this on a MILS plate? One person needs to do it, one person needs to do it well. Prove the point to me, or why we should all be doing it. We don't need everyone jumping on it. Again, it's back to my live stream last week when we were we were all doing it. Actually, we were all having a little bit of a rant about we're sick of seeing the same set getting reviewed by a million different people. It seems like everyone jumps on the bandwagon of, oh, well, I'm probably doing it now. I'm probably jumping on the bandwagon by just literally talking about it. We used the Titanic one last week as an example. If one person does it, 100 people do it. It's the same set. I've seen it. I don't need to see it again. Somebody else, whoever gets to it first, review it well. That's all I need. I don't need 100 different reviews and how to build the same thing over and over again. If someone's done it, don't copy them. Just if you can do it better and add something to the conversation, great. But don't show me the same thing that 10 other people have just done, and they've probably done it better. Okay? So I feel better now. Now I feel a little bit better now I've got that little rant out of the way. Last note on that one, tell me what you think of this. I want to hear your points of view. The next thing is, let's just move on to that. Is this. Now this is a new set that's come through. I don't know the details of this. I've just seen it going around some of the forums and Instagram, YouTube, and it's causing a stir. So I believe it's come from LEGO Ideas. And this is, when I first clicked on it, I thought, oh, the pink donut there, that's something to do with The Simpsons or something like that. But no, I looked a bit closer, and then I realized, well, initially I didn't realize what it was because didn't recognize it basically. But when I read it a little bit further, I found out that this was a set for BTS. For those of you who don't know who BTS are, it is a boy band from Korea, and they are basically, here they are, they are basically the biggest thing in the world at the moment in terms of music. You don't have to like it to know how big it is in the music industry. For those of us that are over the age of, let's say, 20, 30 maybe, or even older than that, maybe 40, liken it to New Kids on the Block, or Take That, or Westlife, or Boyzone, that times 10 times 100. Can't overstate how big this band is. But it doesn't seem to hit mainstream in sort of Western countries, so in the UK, and I don't know about America and things like that. They don't seem to be all over the charts over here. However, they are still a massive thing. So anyway, that's who BTS are. If you want to check them out, I'm sure you'll find it's one of those love-hate things, I'm guessing. But this set came from LEGO Ideas. Now, when I first looked at it, I kind of thought, okay, there's not a lot kind of happening here. There's a few little buildings, and there is a lot of minifigs, and there's not a lot else going on. Why did this get put through on LEGO Ideas? But then, you know, brain cells start kicking in, and it's kind of right. BTS, biggest boy band in the world ever. Okay, they get a huge fan base, and as soon as someone says, oh look, LEGO Ideas, great, BTS, they're going to jump on it, they're going to click like, it's going to go through, it's going to go past the 10,000 like, whatever it is, to get through to the next stage. And then of course LEGO looked at that and went, yes, lots of BTS fans. Probably not LEGO fans, maybe some of them are, but they've all got money. So yeah, let's do this set. So then it all makes sense. LEGO are probably just trying to capitalize on something and to make money from it. Like they do with lots of things, really. You know, they're all over Marvel, they're all over Star Wars, they're all over all of these licenses as well. So that is, I'm very cynical. That's probably LEGO being commercial, really, and trying to make money from things, from people who are not necessarily LEGO City fans or LEGO castles or LEGO trains. You know, they just want to have something Star Wars, or they want to have something Marvel related, and they want to feel like they're being creative by just putting it together. Totally get it. Okay, fine. So yeah, I see the point of this set. I'm just a little disappointed by what's actually in it. You know, there's not a lot of creativity in here. So just wait for this next slide to come up. You'll see the actual buildings themselves aren't that detailed. I mean, look, there it is. The disco. You got the cafe next door, donut shop next door to that. That ain't a complicated build. There's not a lot happening there. However, from a builder's point of view, there's lots of useful pieces in there. Look at that. That's actual proper Lego bricks. We haven't got little snot bricks or hooks or hinges or tiny pieces. In there are actually big Lego bricks. Proper Lego bricks, which is something we don't see a lot of in Lego sets anymore. Proper Lego bricks. Like, I'm talking building bricks, 4x1 building bricks, 6x1s, you know, things you can build walls with. It just seems very basic to come through from LEGO Ideas. But this is what I find funny, actually, because there was a huge debate on Instagram about this. Somebody posted it, having a bit of a rant about it, and I think it was because their idea got knocked off or dropped by LEGO, and this got put through. I think, if I can remember correctly, I don't follow LEGO Ideas too closely because I've kind of lost interest in it. There's a lot of really, really good stuff in there. You flick through and go, wow, that's fantastic, that's brilliant. But then you also look at it and go, there's no way in a million years LEGO are going to pick that. That's just not them. The one I was surprised about was the blacksmiths, the medieval, I think it's a medieval blacksmith shop that got put through last year, I think it was. I was very surprised that got put through. So yeah, I'm a little bit disenchanted by the whole LEGO Ideas thing because there's a lot of good stuff on there which you know is never going to get put through, and there's also a lot of rubbish on there which definitely isn't going to get put through. This one, I'm not going to say it's rubbish, but it's very simple, it's very basic. And like I say, from a parts point of view, there's lots of really useful parts in there. I would probably buy it because of the minifigs, because all of the minifigs in my Brick Prefecture, my Lego city, are flesh toned. I don't go for the yellow heads. I kind of just swap everything out for the flesh toned, and they're kind of hard to find. So something like this, instantly I have got 7 new minifigs for my city, so I might get it because of that. And also, there's a lot of good building bricks in here. There's a lot of glass. There's some nice actual bricks. There's a lot of base plates in there as well. So I might, from a kind of a building point of view, I might get it for that as well. But from a BTS point of view, I wouldn't be getting it because of them. I think it's quite amusing, but I'd be getting it because there's lots of useful bits in there. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of upsetting a lot of people because, again, it's doing the rounds in the comments. Everyone's, oh, it's so basic and there's so many good ideas out there. Why did that get put through and not the others? Well, money is why it got put through, because the sort of dollar pound signs flashed up in Lego's eyes and went, why didn't we think of that? Which is what Lego Ideas is all about. So that's that. It is what it is. But the next one, let's move on from that one. Let's move on from BTS. Now, this one here. This is the new. Well, it's not new. This has been floating around for quite a while. It's the Lego Horizon. I think this came about because of Zero Dawn, Horizon Zero Dawn. We're obviously on Horizon Forbidden West now, the new one. So I think this actual idea has been floating around for quite a while. I did a bit of a Google search on it. Yeah, this model keeps popping up and it keeps having Zero Dawn on it, not Forbidden West. So I think it's been around for a little while and it's just never really got put through. But aside from that, aside from the history and everything, again, for those of you who don't know, you might not all be into computer games and stuff like that. Horizon is a video game and it's kind of a bit of a franchise, I suppose. It's not a massive franchise yet. Very good game, very good graphics, gameplay is brilliant, open world, puzzle solving, all the usual sort of stuff. And it's a really, really good game. Now, one of the things that makes it stand out that's different from everything else is in the open world that you play in, all of the animals are machines. So you'll have big machines like this one here, you'll have little ones, you'll have even bigger ones than this, and they're all very mecha orientated. That's kind of where we're coming from with this. I'm surprised actually that something like this didn't get picked up by a brand like Mega Bloks, because they're all over this sort of stuff. They do like the Halo franchise, they've got that, Mega Bloks do. So I'm surprised they didn't get hold of this one as well. But my thoughts on this are it's a really nice looking set. It's well constructed. It looks, from my point of view, from an aesthetic kind of point of view, it looks really nice. It gives me kind of Gundam feels. I think it's a really, really nice looking set. It's a nice looking build. The way it's presented on that big black base that it's got there is all that reminds me of a little bit like Warhammer and the way they do things with their big models. They have, well, all their models really, they have a little base plate for the little figures and it's generally black. The bigger ones have the base plates as well, and it kind of reminds me of that Warhammer Games Workshop sort of thing. And wargaming in general, the desktop wargaming stuff, and that's what I'm getting from it. So I like it, this one. I like the size of it, I like the proportions, I like the complexity of the build that's going into that. But then I also look at it and go, what would I do with it? Is it a display piece? Would I display it? And the answer's probably maybe. I also then think, well, what's the point of it? It's a Lego set. Yeah, great Lego set. Lego sets are there to be played with, but this kind of is almost falling over into the model kit. So model making. Again, the Gundam thing, the Gunpla. It's all model kit. You cut it out, you put it together yourself. There's a lot of skill involved. You have to finely align things, maybe do a bit of painting or panel lining or stuff like that on it. And it kind of goes down that more creative modeling sort of route. Whereas this is a Lego build. So surely, if I was going to make something like this detailed and this sort of style, would I prefer a model kit as opposed to a Lego set? This is where there's a kind of a grey area going on for me personally, and I suppose a lot of other people, when it comes to Lego building and model making and anything creative like that. At the end of the day, you sit back and go, yeah, I enjoyed that. That was great. But what's the point? I don't get anything useful at the end of it. There is no end result. The satisfaction comes from doing the thing. The same with model making as well. You know, the satisfaction comes from doing the activity itself. And at the end, when you finish, you kind of look at it and go, yeah, I like that. What am I going to do with it? I'll put it on the shelf over there and I'll let it gather some dust. And I kind of see it with this one as well. So it kind of falls into that of, yeah, I like it. I like to look at it. I like build. It'll probably take a couple of hours to build it, maybe, looking at it, but then it's just going to live on a shelf. And do I want that? I don't know. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Would I prefer a model kit of this? Probably, maybe as well. Is it going to stop me buying the Lego one? No, I'll still get it. But again, as opposed to the BTS set that we were just looking at, when I look at this, I don't see that many useful bits that I could use for other things. Okay, I don't look at it and go, wow, there's loads of things in there I could use for lots of different things, or I could use that on a building I'm making, or a car I'm making, or I could use that on something else. I look at it and go, well, there's lots of little tiny bits on it. I'm not sure what I could use those for if I'm not going to use the set as it is. Yeah, it's kind of one of those ones. It's nice to look at. It's a beautiful looking set. Don't get me wrong, and that base, the black base there, has a lot to do with that. And I'd like to see more things like that. So you could almost make a collection, and then you could have a set of them lined up on a shelf. Then it kind of starts to make sense. Yeah, again, it's the same thing. I keep coming back to this. The same thing with the Titanic. When you're making it, let's say you enjoy yourself, you're great, I'm building Lego, I'm building something really big, and at the end of it, wow, I've got a huge thing that's like 1.5 meters long. Great. What the hell am I going to do with it? Where's it going to go? I haven't got a shelf long enough for that. There's no room anywhere to put this thing. So what am I going to do? Probably take it apart again and use it for something else. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things again. But yeah, I like it. Like, nice set. Again, I'd love to know what you guys think of it. Are you intending to buy it? Right, so that's all the news and things that are coming in, things that caught my eye this week. But let me know your thoughts on all of that stuff. All right, drop some comments. Tell me what you think about all of that. That's a good place to leave it. Join me again next week, same time. Leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure notifications are turned on so you're fully aware when the next video goes out. So for today, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and I'll see everybody very, very soon.